Big fan of boobs. Ben Smoke boob enjoyer, that's what they call me.
Eoin McAndrew is an award-winning playwright from Northern Ireland. His first play, The Girl Who Was Very Good at Lying, went to Edinburgh Fringe in 2022 and was critically acclaimed. His most recent play, Little Brother, beat out 1,700 entries to win the prestigious Verity Bargate Award, along with it a run at London's Soho Theatre this autumn.
Hello, I'm Ben. This is Eoin.
Hi.
This is What Do You Want to Talk About? Eoin, what do you want to talk about?
I would like to talk about theatre, please.
Great, okay. Talk me through how you came to theatre.
I basically was never not into theatre. Like when I was a little kid, I was quite shy and not very good at anything. And nothing's changed. And basically there was youth drama or speech and drama thing going on near us. So I was kind of sent there to learn how to, speak in a big boy voice. And basically that is kind of all I have wanted to do since. I did acting, I did all this kind of stuff, proper child actor. And I loved it so much. And then as I got a bit older, I was it had an effect on me. You talk about art having an effect on people's lives. It made my life just so much better.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I was I started to do different things and be I could get something out of lots of different elements of that. And I didn't want to just say the words. I wanted to kind of shape the story or have some kind of impact on that. And I just started doing that more and more and more. I started to love it.
It's interesting you say about the collaborative thing and the stories that people choose to tell, because I'm going to try and read my notes now. Unfortunately, what I've done is I've written them in my handwriting, which means it's completely illegible to me. So now I have to read it like this. This is the kind of high standard of journalistic integrity.
This is good. Hey, you've got note cards.
I do, right? It makes it look really professional, and then what you see is just school. So in an interview with Theatre Weekly, does that say weekly? Yeah. You said that stories about courageous, righteous, witty but humorless people with good friends and good hair depress me.
That's funny. When you said you were about to quote me, I was Jesus, what have I said? I don't mind that. I can stand by
good.
that. Yeah.
And you said the stories about loneliness are always the ones that move me.
Mm-hmm.
And I wondered why it is particularly that things like loneliness move you over good hair and good friends.
Yeah, well, my friends are bad and my hair is bad. No.
My friends are f***ing heads.
My friends are amazing. Well, the example I always think of is Ted Lasso as being the worst thing. They're all very happy and they learn things and it's ultimately, a good time, and I don't get anything from that.
Yeah.
I don't know, sometimes I feel we put a high value on knowing exactly the right thing to say or knowing exactly what the right thing to do is, whereas I feel in life often we don't know what to say or we don't know what to do. And I think that struggle for expression is as valuable as actually getting there. It's the attempt is what I'm interested in. The sad, lonely, pathetic stories that really resonate with me. I think that is really difficult to balance because you have to talk about stuff that happens in real life, and if it's upsetting, it kind of should be because this stuff does happen. And I think you kind of need to explore it anyway, and there's questions of taste, but I think the difficult thing is also people's opinions of what will be thoughtless and what is indulgent just will vary. You kind of have to make the thing, and people will take from it what they want. But then with the play I wrote, it kind of is about self-harm in a lot of ways. I think I made a conscious effort to be this doesn't take place in our world. We're not going to see very graphic images of people self-harming, because I don't think I could sit through that. I think I find that difficult. So instead, this takes place in slightly fantastical or slightly strange version of our world, which appeals to me because I like weird stuff. And I think gives you a little bit of distance, which hopefully can make the rest of it sink in.
That complexity, that inability to know exactly what to say, the sort of the minutiae of human relationships, I think is really integral to Little Brother. I read the script and it's just it's an astounding piece of art. What's really struck me about it is almost the sort of the sparseness of it. Being able to tell a story with less. How do you do that?
I think this isn't my first play, and I feel like what I really react to is like stories where I have to fill in a little bit of the gaps, like where it requires something of the audience. And in this play, it's kind of like about their time jumps. So you know, it keeps barreling forward a bit longer maybe than you'd expect it to be, I think. The jumps in time make you think like, okay, well, what happened there? Or I have to keep up, or I have to put stuff on. And I think it makes you think like, oh, why have they chosen to show this and not this? I always think about like 2001: A Space Odyssey, of like, that's a full film and then there's a second full film after it. It's like, oh yeah, we've done all of this and then now we're going further and further than you thought we were gonna go.
When people go and see the play, which you absolutely should, October 17th to 22nd of November. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away, but I think people will be surprised at how funny it is.
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard to express, like, it's like, it is ultimately, there's no way around it, it's like a play about chronic self-harm.
But it's
that
not
is funny.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's sort of your usual pasture for comedy.
No,
You wouldn't pick it and go, there's fertile ground.
Exactly.
Jokes are in a minute. And yet, it is.
Yeah, I think there are genuine like questions of taste.
Yeah.
But then also like you look at your life and you're like, is it funny? And it like probably is. And it was probably funny when it was sad, and it was probably funny when it was happy. And that's kind of how I see it. But also like sometimes if you are maybe going through something, sometimes you can be quite selfish. Not to say that that's a blanket statement, but sometimes that just happens.
Yeah.
And so I think there's humor in that. And there's humor in like wanting to take care of someone. There's humor in like wanting to make them a bit more like you. There's humor in like there's something wrong with you, but you don't know what it is. I think these are all very like dark things in a way, but also I think they're like a little bit funny.
The Verity Bargate Award, it was selected from 1,700 entrants to win the prize of being on at the Soho Theatre. That's huge, right? How did that feel?
That was crazy. That's genuine, like, you enter for these things, but you don't think that you're gonna win. I do feel like Charlie Bucket, like, to work with the team that I'm working in is like such a thrill. And then also you are thinking like, we've won an award before the play has come out, so I'm scared all the time.
Yeah, you really
like,
made a bet now, haven't you?
This play's supposedly great.
You're currently sort of in rehearsals. How is that process for you? Because I obviously I said I read the script and they were like, don't share it with anyone. Fair enough, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I had to take the tweet down immediately, but that's fine.
It's the last page.
Yeah, this is the ending. Bye. It's in rehearsal, so it's going to change. How much does it change? What's that process like from the position of someone who's written it? Because writing is an incredibly lonely job.
Yeah. And
you're sort of sat in your room and you're like, I don't know if this is going to hit. I can't quite make this work, and you sort of have to almost go it alone for a long time.
And I think I start to feel nervous that whatever successes you have are because it reads very well. Do you know, you're like, is this just work on the page? But when you actually have to say it out loud, does this not kind of work? What I love is being in the room for rehearsals. For like theatre, like the playwright can be in there and can contribute. Film and TV are different, but the playwright can be there and can contribute. And ultimately, like, not that much. I am just watching the very talented actors and the director and the creative team like shape something out of what I've written. But then what I like is that if there's a bit that's not working and we can all see it's not working, we all know the actors can't say it, the director doesn't like it, and I'm embarrassed to have it on, then we just cut that bit. You know, like, I think ultimately if there need to be changes to get us from here to here, then I'm happy to make those changes. I feel like ultimately you want to give the audience the experience. It's not for you to sit there and be like, well, this worked on the page.
Well, it seems like a user error, to be honest. It's like a you problem, not a me problem.
Exactly.
Just read it better.
Just be better.
Have you considered acting?
I'm saying that all the time. I'm throwing things.
Whip.
Yeah, I'm like swearing. I'm difficult to work with.
I've heard that.
Yeah, like that's an open secret. But I feel like the bit I like is the collaborative bit of it, and getting to see stuff be brought to life by people who have just different skill sets and different talents.
And that day, that first time, when there is a room full of people around you, in my head, you're sat directly in the middle with the one spotlight on you.
And I'm like this.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's that feeling like?
I get very nervous. To be honest, this is the thing, like, I hope that I do best in the world. So, you know, like,
Yep.
not the best in the world, but like, this is the thing that I think I'm best at. So I get so nervous before it gets seen because, you know, you're like, a lot of this is me. If you hate this, you hate me, I guess.
My entire self-worth is pinned on this hour.
Then we can't even, it's so like...
It's too true.
You know, being like, well, people still like me if my play is bad. It's like, most people in the world won't see this. It'll be fine. But like, I like care very deeply, and so I get very nervous. There's like a physical response, because I'm just quite an anxious like person. And when the girl who was very good at lying opened, that was a really great production of a play. Like, the director and the actor did an amazing job. Like, it was really beautiful. And even so, I was like writhing in my seat with nerves as I looked around. And my partner said like, hey, if you can't stop writhing, you're gonna need to sit at the back of the auditorium, because it's kind of like, it's super off-putting to have someone
get your together.
Yeah, like, you're like, you need to sort this out. When a joke happens, I'm like looking at the audience and be like, did you like that? Did you like me?